Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we're making Adam's Breakfast Sandwich, or ABS for short. This is inspired by my brother's favorite sandwich, and it's a great way to start your morning. It's super filling and delicious. So, let's get started.
Alright, so for the ingredients, we're going to start off with the cheese filling, and we're going to need 4 ounces of softened cream cheese at room temperature, 1 cup of shredded sharp cheddar, 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon of Miracle Whip, 2 ounces of diced pimento, dried, half of a diced and seeded large jalapeno pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon of granulated white sugar. And just a note, this cheese filling makes enough for 4 to 6 sandwiches. And now for the sandwich, we're going to need 4 to 6 croissants that we're going to have per sandwich. Then we're going to need 2 eggs per sandwich. We're also going to need 1 tablespoon of olive oil per sandwich to cook the eggs in. Then we're going to need 2 slices of turkey bacon per sandwich. Then we're going to need some salt and black pepper to taste. And finally, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter at room temperature, divided per sandwich. Alright, so to get things started, we're going to prepare all the ingredients we need for our cheese filling, starting with the jalapeno pepper. So all you want to do is take half of the jalapeno pepper, get rid of all the seeds from within, and then finally chop it up into tiny bite-sized pieces. And if you want this dish on the spicier side, you can go ahead and keep the seeds. I normally make it this way anyway, but if you want it a little milder, just get rid of the seeds and it'll help with that. So in the large bowl of a stand mixer with a paddle attachment, you want to mix the cream cheese for about 1 minute. This will cream the cream cheese, no pun intended, to a point where we're ready to add in the rest of our ingredients. Now you want to add the shredded sharp cheddar to the bowl and mix the 2 cheeses together until they're well combined. Once they're combined, I like to scrape down the sides of the bowl and underneath the bottom of the bowl, just so you have all the cheese together in the middle. And that's when you want to add your Miracle Whip and mix all of these 3 ingredients together until they're well combined. Following that, we can now add in our diced pimento peppers, the jalapeno, garlic powder, the onion powder, the cayenne pepper, the salt, the black pepper, and finally the sugar. And you want to keep mixing until everything is well combined. And with that step, your cheese filling for this sandwich has now been created. Now, as mentioned in the ingredients, this recipe makes enough cheese filling for multiple sandwiches, so you can always refrigerate this filling for future sandwiches. Now we want to prepare the rest of the ingredients for the sandwich. So in a large frying pan, we want to heat it over medium heat, or 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius. And we want to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter to the pan. And you just want to make sure that the pan's surface is well coated with the butter and the oil before adding 2 eggs to the pan. And you want to season the top side of the eggs with a couple dashes of salt and a generous sprinkling of black pepper, and then allow the eggs to fry. And I like to normally break the yolks, but feel free to cook the eggs to your desired finish. And once one side of the eggs has cooked through, you want to flip the eggs and allow the eggs to cook through on the other side, adding a couple more dashes of black pepper to this side as well. And then once the eggs are completely cooked through, you want to remove them from the pan and place them on a paper towel lined plate. And so each sandwich is going to have 2 eggs, so you would just repeat this process for the remaining number of sandwiches that you're going to make. And while we're frying the eggs, don't forget to fry that like button, subscribe to this channel to see more recipes like this one, and stay tuned to the end of this video for a sneak peek of the recipe coming next week. So once all the eggs are done cooking, in the same frying pan, we want to add in our turkey bacon. And you want to cook the turkey bacon on both sides of the bacon until it's cooked through. And one sandwich only needs 2 slices of turkey bacon, so plan the amount of turkey bacon you need and cook accordingly. Now with the croissants, all you want to do, if they're not halved already, is slice the croissants width-wise, and you just want 2 halves per sandwich. So if you're making 4 to 6 sandwiches, you're going to need 4 to 6 croissants. So on to building the sandwich. You want to lightly toast both halves of the croissants. And then once toasted, you want to spread about half a tablespoon's worth of room temperature butter onto both of the inner halves of the croissant. And the butter should easily melt into the croissant. So starting with the lower half of the croissant, with the inner part of the bread facing up, we want to place the turkey bacon slices onto the sandwich. I normally like to create an X pattern using the turkey bacon. And then you want to follow that up by adding the cooked eggs. And then finally, we want to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons worth of the cheese filling on top of the cooked eggs. And then you can close the sandwich with the other half of the croissant, and that will create Adam's breakfast sandwich, or ABS for short. And you would just repeat this process with the remaining amount of ingredients for how many other sandwiches you want to make. And once the sandwich is complete, you want to serve these hot and enjoy. And just like that, you've made Adam's breakfast sandwich, or ABS for short. This is a really tasty sandwich for breakfast. I really hope you guys give it a try, and let me know how it turns out for you in the comments below. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 2, Elevating Your Inner Chef, and that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in the description box. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel to see more recipes like this one, and hit the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And stay tuned for next week, where I show you another recipe from my family, this one from my mother, one of her favorite drinks, and she's a brilliant mixologist in her own right, so can't wait for you guys to try this one. Well, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine, and until then, peace.